Hi, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Cortes, and today I will be reading chapters 5 and 6 from the story Heidi Heckelbeck and the Christmas Surprise by Wanda Coven. This story is found on SORA. Chapter 5 Snowed Under. Heidi pulled everything out of the costume trunk. No bracelet. She crawled around on the floor and looked under the table and chairs. No bracelet. She shook the red velvet dress and looked in its sleeves. Still no bracelet. It must have fallen off outside. Heidi slid back into her soggy boots and coat and ran outside. The snowstorm had turned into a blizzard. She sifted back and forth through the snow with her boots. She walked around the snowman. Maybe it's in the snowman, Heidi thought. She brushed patches of snow off the snowman. No bracelet. She wandered around the yard and looked in the driveway. It's no use, Heidi thought. I'll never find it beneath all this snow. I'll have to wait until it melts. Heidi trudged toward the door. She didn't even notice when Dad pulled into the driveway. He tooted the horn, and Heidi turned around. There was a Christmas tree on top of the car. Heidi ran toward it. At the same time, Henry ran out the front door, and he tried to zip his coat. The tree! Exclaimed Henry. Hey guys, said Dad, as he got out of the car. I almost didn't make it home from Andy's tree farm in all this snow. Would you give me a hand? Sure, Heidi said. Heidi and Henry helped Dad untie the tree and shake off the snow. Then they carried it into the house and set it up in the family room. Mom turned on some Christmas music. Then Dad swirled strings of lights around and around the tree. Heidi opened the boxes of ornaments. Mom had wrapped each ornament in tissue paper for safekeeping. Heidi and Henry never knew which one they were going to unwrap. They loved to announce each ornament as they unwrapped it. I got the gingerbread house, said Heidi. I got the frog prince, Henry said. I got the skier, Mom said. Now I got the pickle, said Heidi. They unwrapped nutcrackers, sleds, crystal snowflakes, glittery stars, skates, and dancing Santas. We sure have collected a lot of ornaments over the years, said Dad. It reminds me of all the charms I collected for my charm bracelet, said Mom. She looked at Heidi. Heidi gulped. Why did Mom have to mention the charm bracelet? She wondered. It made her feel terrible. Mom will be so unhappy if she finds out it's missing. Heidi looked out the window. The snow had gotten even deeper. I am so doomed, she thought. Chapter 6 Squish Squash. Heidi woke up the next morning and opened the blinds. The sun sparkled on the fresh snow. It was well over a foot deep. There's no way I'll find the charm bracelet today, she thought. Heidi and Henry got ready for school and headed for the bus stop. The snowplow had left steep snowbanks on either side of the driveway. Heidi spotted something in the tire tracks. She stooped down and lifted something from the snow. Heidi gasped. The charm bracelet! Then she took a closer look. Most of the charms had been crushed by the snowplow. Oh no! Now what am I going to do? She wondered. Heidi quickly slipped the bracelet into her backpack. Then she looked around for Henry. He was on top of the snowbank. Come on! Heidi shouted to him. We'll be late for the bus! Henry slid down the snowbank. Then they raced to the bus stop. Heidi found Lucy as soon as she got to her classroom. I have awful news, said Heidi. What's wrong? Lucy asked. I lost my mom's charm bracelet in the snow yesterday, said Heidi. It must have slipped off. You're kidding, cried Lucy. It gets worse, said Heidi. Before Heidi could tell Lucy the rest of her story, Melanie Maplethorpe, better known as Smelanie, butted in. She had been listening in as usual. "What did you lose, weirdo?" Melanie asked. "Your brain?" Heidi whirled around and looked at Melanie. Melanie had a hand on her hip and a snicker on her face. Heidi got tongue-tied. Melanie always made her feel uncomfortable. "Mind your own business," said Lucy. Then she linked arms with Heidi, and they walked to the reading corner. "Thanks," said Heidi. Lucy nodded. "So what happened?" she asked. "I found the bracelet in our driveway," said Heidi, "but it had gotten smushed by the snowplow." Heidi pulled the bracelet out of her pocket and dangled it in front of Lucy. Lucy clapped her hand over her mouth. "Oh no!" she cried. "What are you going to do?" "I'm going to try and fix it after school," said Heidi. "Not to be mean," said Lucy, "but it would take a magician to fix that bracelet." "I know," said Heidi, as she dropped the bracelet into her pocket. "All I need is a little magic." Thank you for listening. We'll continue soon.